Alright, hello everyone. I thought I wouldn't want to do a video today, which is why I decided maybe I just wouldn't stream. But then I kind of changed my mind. I thought I'd want to do one last sweep of this game, just to give my thoughts and my review. And so let me just start off by saying that first of all, I absolutely love this game. I think it's fantastic. It has a decent price point. I think I got it on a discount. I'm actually not entirely sure. Let me just double check the yeah, I think I got it on like a discount. What is it? Is this like I think it's like what 20, so it's 25 US. I think it's around $20 in Xbox. But from what I'm seeing in my country, it's around 15 US. So it's pretty close to the Xbox price. Yeah, it's pretty close to the Xbox price. So I essentially just take it like sort of like what my currency is, a ringgit to an hour of gameplay. And I would say that for the price that I got it at, I think it was around 15% discount or whatever. Let me just see if I can find it on my purchases so that I can be sure. Um, yeah, actually, I got it on a very good discount. Holy crap! How did I get it on this price? What is the discount? So I actually got it at like 45, which I think is a lot cheaper, right? Yeah, it's like 10 US dollars. So 45 ringgit for 45 hours for me is absolutely a banger. I think I absolutely enjoyed every minute of this. And it's not just the price point. I think it's also the fact that the game does away with some of those irritating stuff in inventory management, which is weight. So you don't have weights and you don't have limits in inventory, and I absolutely love that. You can store every single item in this game in your inventory and you will never run out of space. So it's just something you don't have to think about at all. And that's very important because it's one of those things I feel like a lot of games just do, and they feel like, oh, it's adding to the quality of the game. It's gonna make the game, more annoying, and that plays into the difficulty of the game. I completely disagree with that, and I think that I like the way this game took it as just a quality option. They're like, no one cares about inventory management. It's just gonna be annoying. We'd rather have players be experimenting with their skills and just make the game more challenging with the enemies being difficult, right? And that worked out absolutely well for us. Another thing is character dialogue. So one thing this game also does not have is a mini map. So you gotta be constantly opening your map. And if you see the map that I have, there's actually a settings option. So I'm in classic mode. There's also iron and hardcore. But in classic mode, I don't know about iron hardcore actually, but there is an option here to say to turn off show position on the map, right? That's kind of crazy to think about because you just gotta rely on just looking at the map and be like, okay, so roughly, I know I'm roughly here, kind of thing, right? So they even have that, and the reasons they have these is to just be completely immersed into the world of Drova, and I like that. So no minimap, no quest finder, no waypoint, no what do you call this, like objective marker, none of that stuff. So you really gotta know which NPC you've spoken to. You gotta remember their names. You gotta read your journal. You gotta actually read your journal to know what's going on in the game. And you gotta remember when the NPC says that, oh, I think this guy owed me some money. Oh, I think that guy cheated on her. These are kinds of information that you can use to extort people, to change the situation. I would say ultimately it led me up to, I think, what would be the finale, regardless of the faction you join. But the more I think about it, the more I look at my journal and go through and see the things that I've done, it makes incredible sense that you could have done all of this, with a specific faction, without ever joining a faction if you want to do it super hardcore. And regardless of the faction you join, somehow or rather you would end up in the same place with the same, more or less, core story. But the variables of all the side quests and the way they affect you, the way they affect your gear especially, and the way your character evolves, like you could have not gotten any of the legendary items. In fact, you would have not even have gotten the Nexus helmet. So it's kind of interesting to think about what would have happened if I didn't have the Nexus helmet itself, and that's really crazy. So the game's ending would have been completely different, right? And also, if we didn't help all those characters and do those side quests during the memories moment when you're facing the final game's bosses, or rather when you're talking to the other divinities, I think it would have really changed what would have supposedly happened in the game. So we can actually try that, like test that out for certain here. So I'm going to go into save slot 9 here and just save this. Then I'm actually going to load back. I think it was here, right? The last quick save. Let's see. Do we have a quick save up in there? No, not more Nemeton. No, I think it's just this. Let me just load this back and see if I can go back up here. So this is the final battle and the final moment here. So I'm just going to try to do this without recalling all the other stuff and not bringing up the helmet. And my guess, it's going to lead up to probably a different ending. So I'm not going to say anything here. I'm just going to go through all the stupid options just to see what happens. Okay. Must release. So see, no matter what I say, we are still going to release the divinity. So there's some linearity to this. So I'm not going to mention that I found something in the chamber. I'm just going to say we destroy. Yep. We also got to release the mighty boar. So we're going to just release the divinities without talking to them because we're going to pretend like we don't have the Nexus helmet, and this should ideally be completely different. Okay, there we go. So let's see what happens. So we don't go through the entire talk and Jitsu moment, these things. So I'm guessing it's just gonna go straight into something else.
We did it. The divinities
Everything ends.
Are free.
Oh, so it's a different
they
achievement.
Rise above the red
but it
tower.
says a bitter end, so I think it's a bad ending.
The divinities fly above Drova, and they drive back the deathly fog. But in their wake, they leave destruction, fire, and death. And all the people in Drova are overcome by helplessness. We gave up rune magic. The ashes of our world spread out before us. We cannot defy the divinities. The future appears uncertain. But then the fog disappears on the horizon, and lands we have never seen before emerge. We must learn from our mistakes and try to build a common future with the divinities. And if we succeed, we will actually create Drova Elysium.
Interesting. So you do actually end up with a completely different, or rather different bad ending. And also the faction that we chose means that people who are on the rooftop with us would be a totally different faction. I actually want to try a playthrough by not joining either faction and actually like trying to join a different faction. So I think there's very different ways to play the game. You could join a different faction, you could play with different weapons. There's a lot of options in such a simple, looking pixel graphic game that it makes me really think just how amazing, the thoughts put into it was, because they knew that they have to divide all of this into different factions to make it feel really, really good. So let me see. So this is the red tower. I actually want to go back here because this is in a quick save. I think I better save this in a better slot. So did I say slot? Okay, never mind. Let's see. So this is the first time I think we were in Nemeton, and then this is in some cave. I don't know what cave this is. Forest Primeval, okay. And all, some of these make sense. I'll just make this save slot 10, the last save slot, because that's where it's going to take us to. And then we can go back to check out some of these earlier saves. So I just want to see what are all the points that I saved at and how we could make things different. So at this point, I've already joined Nemeton, but I think I can actually even go to some of the other factions and maybe change my allegiance or something. I think it's doable. So I have Nemeton's heavy armor at this point actually. So maybe I'm past the point. But then again, it doesn't take that long. It's about 20 hours of playthrough. I know I can do it faster if I didn't do some of the side stuff. It's probably possible for us to just do that. But also, I think if we go to what do you call this? Oh, okay, so we've already got the vendors. That's good. Can we take me to the tavern? I just want to see if I've had the dialogue with Olaf here and whether that would change our faction, you know? So he doesn't seem to bring up the conversation about the ruins there, right? Relic I found, he'll pay me a chunk if I bring him more. Do we have another one? We do. So I think we've already accepted this quest. So I think we gotta go a little further back than this, which we don't have a save slot for. Okay, okay. Yeah, but there's a lot of significant decision moments that really changes how you join the factions, how you interact with them, who you swear allegiance to, and what the equipments you get are. I don't know whether if there's a difference between the Nemeton equipment and the Remnants Camp equipment. I'm kind of interested about that actually. Right, okay. Alright, so that seems to be that. So I'm already with the Nemeton in this. I can't really change that. These are in the libraries. This is in the floodplain forest. Not more. Yeah, I didn't really have a save slot to try to see what happens if I want to switch factions. But no worries. I think that's absolutely fine. So let's go back to... so these are autosaves, right? Yeah, let's just go back to this part here. So I just want to go back and do the battle challenge inside this location here, which is inside the miners area, the camp. And I don't know, I feel like I want to maybe switch weapons or spells or something. This might be a chance to experiment. Ooh, also more of these things have actually spawned in the open world, huh? I see. Okay, fine. Let's get that out. Yeah, this thing's actually tough. Makes sense though. It gives me a very useful item. There we go. Shadow fragment. Yep. It's actually a very powerful item. So it appears there's more of these things that just spawn in the wild. We can actually go around and hunt them if you want to gain more shadow fragments. And that will eventually allow us to take on some of these harder challenges in the late game. Because this shadow fragment really changed the boss fight that I did in the against that giant what do you call this creature? The final boss, I think. I think that's like the final boss. But I think the one that's in the Remnants camp might be like the secret mission there, because it's where the Obito mask is, right? So we know for sure that that's gonna be an interesting challenge. Yeah, these people still ignore me. That's great. They really don't care. Alright, let's go in here. I could essentially just pick a fight with the entire faction now, and that'll also be fun, I guess. Alright, so I don't need this this travel ability at this point. I'd rather just switch out to something a bit more interesting, like maybe Blaze, maybe, let's see. Whirling Energy. The Whirling Energy is really, really good. I think if anything, yeah, maybe Call of the Forest might be good actually. The summoning spell. Just because I think the mobs will get a little bit more distracted and then will actually help us. I think that's going to be important for us here. So I need this. This is very important. The Wandering Feather Potion is not the most important. I am consuming food here, but it's not this most too. What other potions do I have? The potent healing. I think the regular healing potion is actually fine here. I don't need to change this out. So maybe I just consume this food, right? And then keep the shadow fragment here, because I think that's more important for us to use. Do we have any other traps or anything like that? I think we can actually set up a lot of traps for this situation, right? So let me just go here, try to save, and see what happens if we set up traps. Can't save here. Can I save here? Game saved here. Okay. Okay, can I save here? Can't save. Oh, really? I can't save here. Game has been saved. Okay. Alright, let's save this one in one of my slots, because I think it's gonna be a big one. This is in not more before the final boss fight. No, this is after the final boss, so I'll take this slot actually. Right, let's go in here. So I just want to see if I can place traps, for example, here. I can, okay. So, mobilizes, stun, heavy bleeding. So I think the bear traps are actually more important. Right. And how would I craft a bear trap? Do I need to craft traps? I think this battle's trick is going to be traps, because we have the opportunity to set up here. So we really should, you know. Workbench. Okay. So I'm just going to go back down. Use the workbench. And really set ourselves up for this fight, because this is going to be an insane fight. Like, this is crazy. Also, the blink spell is going to be really, really important for us. So let's try that. I really should try a different weapon variety, because we have that as an option. Alright, so let's see. So, cluster traps, explosions. That sounds really good. I think we'll max that out. And that takes away the trap moves. So how do I get trap moves? Let's see. Do you have a way for me to craft trap moves? Thorny vines. Acid trap move. Cluster trap. Wait, so we don't have a trap mold. Maybe one of the guys in the what do you call this? Marketplace actually have a trap mold. I swear I've seen it somewhere. Do you have one?
Hmm?
Acid trap, cluster trap. Okay, so you have cluster traps, you have acid bombs, you have acid traps. But you don't have a trap mold. So who has the recipe for a trap mode? Nah. These are way too expensive. I don't need this. I literally just need the trap mold. I'm just not sure who has it. Definitely not you, right? Maybe one of the... Nah. Maybe one of the crafting traders? Yeah, I mean maybe one, yeah, maybe one of the not crafting. One of the skill teachers, you know? I think that might be plausible. So there's one south of here. In between the camp near this location here on the right hand side. She should be right there. Babsy, yeah. Let's see if Babsy has it. No, she only shows me how to get animals. So this is a root trap. This is crow's feet. How do I get a trap mold actually? I'm actually kind of interested. Huh. Okay, I think I know who has it. How close am I to this? Okay, I think I gotta go back to Namaton's location.
Huh?
Okay, you don't have it, do you? Okay, you have trap molds just by default. Okay, fine. I'll trade you for those. Then can you give me a lift to Namaton? Okay, cool. Because this is gonna be a massive battle. This battle is no joke. Like these things inside there. There's just way too many monsters, and that could go really bad. Let's talk to you. Are you good with traps? Do something about hunting. Okay, no. Good to sell. Acid trap, thorny vines. I'll take acid trap, sure. Okay, cluster, crow's feet, bear trap, thorny vines. Cluster bomb. Okay, so I've got all of these. Iron ingots. So I already can do trap mold. I just need iron ingots, and I guess I need to use the fire thingy, the killing kind of thing, right? So that's the way to make trap molds. Okay. Alright, then it's fine. Can you give me a lift back to Remen's camp? Yep, okay. Even this fast travel thing, as you can see, it's reasonably well done. I think it doesn't take the immersion out of the game. It's not like you just teleport and you appear in another location. They could have done that easily, right? But they decided to just go with the fact that, oh, you gotta talk to people, and that's what gets it going, kind of thing. There we go, trap mold. So I need iron ingots, and I need a workbench to make iron ingots. So let's do that. There we go. Let's make more of those. Leather, sure. Actually, don't even remember whether I used leather for anything, huh? Trap molds. There we go. So I can make only 2. Wait, let me check this. Lump of iron. That makes a lump of iron. No, I don't want that. So I can only make 2 of these, huh? Because it takes 5 logs. Oh, I see. So trap molds are difficult to make. It's not like I'm the one who's tripping. Alright, it's heavy bleed. This is 200 damage to all opponents in the area of effect. I feel like this is more worth it than this. And this one ignores the target's armor. This just does damage. I think I'll make the cluster trap, sure. Any other traps specifically? The bombs sound good, but we do more damage than the bombs. Yeah, I think that's fine. I think if anything we want to change is we buy more bombs, right? That's the only thing we ideally would want to change here. Okay. Alright. Okay, let's just go on and okay, let's stop here. Let's do another save at 7. Yeah, 7. Come on, what can I save? 7? No? Here, maybe? Okay, here. Okay. Kind of annoying, that one. Let's switch to the magic zone, okay. And let's go around and place some traps, right? So these are important. Do that. Wait a minute. Oh. So even though they're on the ground, the trap still activates if they are already there. Okay, I don't want to do that. So let's put this trap, that trap, and the acid trap, and the root trap, sure. So let's do G, let's do V, okay, let's do T, okay, let's do some here, V, G, no, that's not the right placement, no, that's not the right place, here, G, there we go, okay, V, okay, the direction definitely helps, here, G, there we go, okay, and then maybe more here, G, there we go, that helps, how about here, another G, okay, alright, let's do that here again, G, okay, how about here, okay, that's very good, that's good placement, G, right, do another V here, very good, this one G, okay, this one G, and do another one here, G, G, right, here V, and let's do a bunch of F's, F's, okay, F, 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 here, F, F, okay, cool, that's all the traps. Just head out for a bit, do another save here. Alright, let me swap back my equipments that I need. So shadow fragment, healing potions. I'll just do the potent focus. I don't think there's anything else for me to save it for. And keep the potent healing here maybe. Right. So then we consume a dismal stew. Right, let's do another quick save. No, save in 7. There we go. Cool. Okay, so this is it. I hope this works. Alright, because it's gonna be a nasty fight. These things are crazy strong. And to do this fight properly, I'm gonna equip this mask. Yep. All right. Let's go. Okay. Okay. That off. Going. Okay, great. Okay. Okay. Let's go back to this. You guys are gonna activate. Let's finish this. Okay, we got the summon off. Do that. Do this. Ah, we took a hit there. The traps are activating. That's looking great. Okay. Nope. Okay. Not doing so good here, but they're okay. Okay, drank that. Let's go back to this. Come on, come here. Come here, come to me. There we go. Take this time to recover. There we go. Okay, no more are gonna come. Get that off. Spirits if you can. Okay, nice. And then let's go back to this. Okay. Okay, get these off. Pop the shadow fragment. Just sustain here. Get a summon off, and got the lightning off. Pretty good here so far. Nice. Great, this trap works. Let's go here, they're gonna top this spell first to dislodge that. Go here and get the summons off. And blink out of here. Okay. Okay, lightning going, and that again. Get more summons. Summon, and that. There we go. out the trap. Nice. Did okay there. Lightning. Go, more summon. Did we do it? Holy shit. I think we did it. That's insane. We took one shadow fragment, quite a few potions, but I think we sustained through it. Holy crap. My god, or what? We definitely did activate quite a few traps, but not all of them. Mostly on this side. Quite a few traps were triggered until here died really far in the corner, hiding away for his life. That was amazing. Holy crap. There we go. Nice. Very nice. Navia Obito. And we can go and take we can go and pretend we are Madara now. People will believe it. And that's how it works. Awesome. So all that, I think, just for an Easter egg for this mask, because I really, again, do not think that there's anything else here. We can save the traps. Okay, that's really nice. Actually, I never really played with these traps, but they seem really cool. I think if you're playing as a ranger or as a mage, I think the traps totally make sense. And they seem very, very cool. Okay, so what else did we get? Let's see. Okay. Okay, so I think it's mainly for these armor pieces of the bygones, right? I think it's really for these two. So where's the last one? I think the last one is in the tower. But if it's in the tower, how do we get it out of the tower? Is there a way to leave the tower? Huh. That's interesting. I never really thought about it. Helmets are purely cosmetic. My ass. That legendary helmet, I think, gave us the good ending of the game, so. So those big machinations are the ones that actually have the armor pieces in them, you know. So how do we get the last armor piece out of the red tower? Huh. Maybe if you are not from Nemeton, maybe you can. See, she's not gonna allow me, right? And she's fine with me having my weapon now. She doesn't care either. She's not giving me any warnings, so there's no way we can fight past her. It's just not a thing. Tegan is there. That is the red tower. Definitely can't get to it. What about this dude? Can we get past this dude?
Huh?
A brewski after work? There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, no. No. So maybe, wait, but I do remember we ran out of the location up there after we looted something. Oh, but it's a drop down, I think, so we can't. Yeah, we can't go back up there. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, I think we are at the peak of our power at this point. It's overwhelming power. Let's see. There's a trapdoor. There's a trapdoor here. Okay. No, nothing, right? Okay, fine. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so I think that's that big battle there. We just did it. And we did it really well actually. I would say that was quite impressive. I didn't expect to do that as smoothly. But yeah, as you can see, really fun. There's a lot of mechanics to it, a lot of ways to set up and do this, and I really enjoyed that little battle. I just want to go back to Nemeton and do the mission just because I'm curious to see whether there is a way to get that third piece of armor and get out of there. Unless there's another piece of armor. You know, is there a way to get out if we end up there? I'm looking up online to see whether there is a alternative to leaving. Yeah. So they did mention that there is a way. Alright, I don't have to go too far to figure this out. I can actually just save. Let's just say somewhere randomly here. Right? Let me just load at 10, which is the red tower. Alright, so we load here, right after the battle. We come up here. So these are the things that I used to power this circle downstairs. Maybe there's a way for me to not break them. Pick them up instead or something. I just want to try it. Otherwise we don't really have a choice. Okay, I also want to try. Alright, so he places that. There's his stock no jutsu time.
Hmm? Hmm? Hmm?
You're alone. Okay.
Hmm? Hmm?
Oh, so I have to go through these. I see. Hmm. Okay. So I have to go through those dialogues. There's no way. Okay, but what if I want to leave the Red Tower? Is there still a way for me to leave? Because I don't have any teleportation scrolls. It's not that shit in this game. You just gotta, you know, like, go out like a normal person, I guess. So the thing is, over here, when you defeat one of these machinations here, you actually get one more piece of the metal armor thingy, metal armor pieces. I think so. Uh, there we go. Armor pieces of the bygones. Hmm. 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 Okay. Let's see. So maybe. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay, that's a difficult one. Oh, I see. So maybe I know where it is actually. Let's see. Hamilton. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay. So I think it's actually still here, right? I think it's still here. Maybe I just didn't loot it. Hmm. That is strange. Maybe. Okay, let's switch back to our wolf. I think the summons also helped a little bit in the battle we did earlier. I just didn't see them actually show up because they kept getting wiped out by the enemies. But I think it distracted them just long enough for us to do our thing, which definitely helps. You know, definitely helps. Okay. Okay, this guy's here. Alright, so we gotta go around this. Go up here, this way, into here. Go down this. So we've looted this thing. And over here, did we loot all the armor pieces? Okay, I think we did. I think it was here and we already got it. Um, so maybe we got this one. All right, the guide I'm looking at is actually telling me about the spider temple. I don't know whether we actually looted the one in the spider temple to think about. Over here. Oh, okay. All right, that's actually pretty far too. I don't mind checking it out. So we just going through the landscape brings me back so many memories. We were a complete loser in this game. We were weak. We got killed by a bunch of dogs. Everything went south for us. And then we ended the game as a demigod, basically. So the power scaling in this game, so worth it. The way they utilized levels in this game, amazing. I love it. You're stronger, but not too strong at the point that you can ignore enemies. You gotta cast your spells, you gotta use your movement, you gotta use your potions. And if you screw up in any one of these, you could totally get obliterated. Which I think is the real lesson in this game. So quite a bit of skill involved in such a simple looking pixel graphic game. And yeah, I'm all for it. I think we should have plenty more games like this. I'll gladly play all of them. Let's see. So we just gotta go this way. Okay, fine. We gotta go across this. Should we go from here? Should we go from further up north? Go from up north. I think this will lead us closer to the spider cave. Let's see. I remember there was an entrance or something. Not here, maybe. Maybe past this dude. Let's see. Oh yeah, we can't transform now because we're gonna get bled. Be bleeding, so we can't transform. Wait, so it's not through this. I can't remember the entrance to this place. Keep bumping into these thorns, we're gonna die just from thorns. There's a cave there. I don't think that matters. So in the end, we couldn't really venture past the death fog itself, huh? Guess it's what it is. Oh, and also the way they hide stuff in this game, really cool. I mean, they really literally put things behind little trees, and they utilize this viewing mechanic, so you're constantly just walking around, slowly exploring, and you have that constant feeling of mystery, you know, and trying to also map things out by understanding what's around you. And then when you get the blink mechanic, it kind of gets like insane. Like you can just jump across places, but it doesn't break the game either, because you still gotta learn to do some level of exploration. There's also that. Okay, there we go. I think this is the entrance. Let's do the vision. And a spell like this to light things up so you can just ignore your torch. All of these are basic, very basic game mechanics that have been around forever, all used very, very well. Even the little pixel, even the fact that it's pixel graphics, it really forces you to keep your eyes open to look around at little points and corners. The shaders are great. It looks great. It's not it's not like bad quality or anything. At the same time, it's pixel. You know, it's just straightforward. Colors is whatever they can fit in that point. Right. Let's see. So we just gotta follow this dude's footprints actually, and I think that'll lead us back to where we're supposed to go, right? So not there. Past the sword in the stone. There we go, more footprints here. Then it goes down this way. It is plausible that we missed out the armor piece in the spider, the spider cave, though. I'm actually wondering if that's really truly the case. No worries, we have cleaned up this. Also, I don't even know whether we've unlocked all the possible spells to find in the game. I'm pretty sure there's more hidden stuff that we completely missed. We had to kill these worms. Just a fireplace. And when you do get learning points to level up, it really feels very, very rewarding, which I really like. And there's one very sneaky learning point, what do you call this? Like location as well, right, in this area. So that's felt great when we found that. Like we came back just to look out for stuff, and then we found it. I was like, oh my god, yes, that's exactly what I want. So that felt really good. I wish the wolf just became like a glow-in-the-dark wolf, so it, just made our lives easier. You don't have to spend as much time with examine the flower. Crystal that was sent to these ruins. The crystal that was sent to these ruins. Okay. I wonder what happens if we brought the crystal that we found back here and plugged it in. Could we do that? Maybe we could. We actually gave that crystal to what do you call this? To our clan, right? To the Namaton. I think if we didn't give the crystal to them, I think it would have been a bit more interesting. Wait, there's more spiders? No, I didn't know there's more spiders here. That's interesting. Let's just check this corridor. Bit of silver there to mine. Don't really need it. Oh, there's actually even a spot here that we missed out. Wow, I didn't know we missed out so many more places here. Maybe there is something here. God damn, there's a place here that I missed out. Huh. Whoa, this is huge actually. I had no idea. I'm sure there's one waterfall in this game, guys, that we can go through, right? I'm sure there's a waterfall. So this is actually leading to the back where the grills were that we couldn't go into. So my guess is that's where it's connecting. Yeah, there's a room here we missed out. Ah, no wonder. So it made sense we missed it out. Also, magic in this game scales incredibly well. So you could add it into your kit later on, even if you're not a magic wielder, and it'll make sense. Like it'll be fine. It makes total sense. I think this one will open up the grill below. Just to reconnect that, right? Okay. Oh, we also never really opened all the jiggling pouches we had, huh? Pop these two. There we go. That's the last armor piece of the bygones. So that'll allow us to craft the third armor, the light armor that we do not have. That opens this up. Oh, and there we go. That's the spear. Spear of the red snake. A legendary spear. Right, I think if I was a spear user, I might have been keeping an eye out for that, but I didn't really bother. Went on with the rest of the story. Okay, cool. I'm actually gonna go back the same way, just because there's another turning there. Okay, so where do you go? Oh, really? Cool. What do you have? Okay, nothing special. I do not think this goes anywhere. Okay, fine. Cool. And this goes where? Okay. Okay. This connects here. I'm guessing we've already been to that side, right? Yeah, man, I don't know. This game never fails to surprise me with still hidden spots and whatnot. It's crazy how it's designed. Damn. So from here, was the idea for me to jump there? No. I don't think it's ending there. Okay. More silver. That one goes there. This one goes back down. Back down there. Okay. This is back to the correct path. This is where we fought like a billion spiders or whatever. Dead end. Cool, cool, cool. Let's go. What else was really amazing? I think even enemy variety. I wouldn't say that the game has the greatest enemy variety, but in every unique location, you definitely find enemies that you know you think it's done, right? You think you've beaten all of them, you think it's over, and then sometimes a new enemy shows up. And towards the end game especially, the enemies completely changed, like they completely transformed. They were no longer the usual enemies. They were, you know, weirder, stranger, scarier, and very, very alienating from the entire first half of the game, which was, you know, the enemies seemed pretty. I would say natural would be the right word. Like they seem part of the world, the environment around them. But yeah, later on they do change quite a bit. Anything else here? I don't think so. I think we've got the last armor. I do not think there's any other enemies, like strong enemies or what, hiding. I could be wrong, of course.
Hmm?
Man, we started here, we were solving mysteries of just like this guy stole some shit, stole some apples or whatever, he's poor, you know, sort him out. Can you like deliver some stuff? Then the end game is like slay this god, you know. It's crazy. Yeah, let's also talk to the people in this camp, in this farm. See if there's anything else left. About the rust root? Okay. What else does she have? Leather armor. Bog iron. Doesn't have the coins for it. Never mind. Why did I tag the bog iron? I think it's accidental. Okay, there we go. Quick save here.
Huh?
So I don't think there's anything else here, right? Wow, Talara. You seem to move really fast.
Hmm.
Do we have farmers? All Fs. I need something with movement speed. Nah, that's okay. Take that. It's not that bad. Oh, plus I was running mostly farmers food, so that actually gave me a lot of
Huh?
like I felt like I was just smooth, you know, it's just smoother to move around with a little bit extra movement speed. Which I think otherwise the character just generally lacks. I don't know if there's anything else here other than that key that we found. I don't think so. All this area is mostly death fog. We can't get past that. Journal-wise, it's just a red tower that's left for us. Huh, and look at this. There's the entire character library. Just crazy good. It has pictures of them, tells you where they are, and that way, you know, if you look up and you're like, the skill says, oh, you gotta talk to Bardock, Chunaik, or Zoltan. You can just go here and go like, who the hell is Bardock? Oh, this dude. Okay, you know, and then Chunaik. Oh, great, this one, and then you know, Zoltan or whatever, right? Zoltan. There we go. Rune Raiders hideout. You know, so this is great. Is there a quest that says fail to complete or something? I'm supposed to join an expedition into the forest primeval. Okay. Huh. I also don't think there's anything left of the forest, right? I've done this, right? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Someone's got to do it. Okay. Yeah, these are like very early stuff. The woodcutter's camp. Vernal kept his promise, gave me the coins, and his problem has been solved. The rats in the cellar are dead. Okay. Remnants. TS meat. Matt has been resolved. Debt isn't real. We can't go into the upper quarter anymore, so we can't really deal with this. Also, even getting into Namaton, there's actually a way to sneak in through the back with on a vendor's cart. So it's crazy the number of options this game gives you to do a specific thing. You ultimately achieve the same objective, but just to do it, the different ways it gives you, I think it's excellent writing. And also, there's one interesting thing. Unlike Baldur's Gate, this area doesn't have like blocked off sections. You know, the map evolves, but it's the same map. You can more or less access almost every single point in the game. It's not like after Act 1 you get blocked off from going back to Act 1 because you're in Act 2 now and you can't go to Act 1, right? Or you're in Act 3, you're on different islands, so you can't go back to Act 2. This game doesn't do it that way. You can literally go back to any part and always have something new to discover there. And I really like that. I think the feeling of it being open world, as I said, if this had the graphics of The Witcher 3 or something, this game is AAA. The only thing that's different in this game is the graphics, because it's pixel, which I love, by the way, right? But if it looked good, right, and it was actually like action combat, you know, all this movement that we're doing here is actually 3D, third person or whatever, then I think that's pretty much it. That's AAA game right there for you, right? So let's see what else. I received my reward. Oh, actually, I want to go back to the Remnants camp just to see if anyone else wants to fight. Yeah, I'm actually curious to know if there's still anyone else who's up for a, you know, like a battle.
Hmm?
Fine. You see how even the spit that the NPC does just literally stays on the floor? God damn. Alright, these two guys are fighting. Sinistra will fight Ada. I think this is the easiest bet usually, because Ada, more than often always wins. We can actually try that. So, bet on Ada, and I want to see whether this is always like a clear win-win always, you know. Baltus. Ada is here. Spear and slingshot. Ricochet. If I break the stance of an opponent, I literally just went sword and board and won the game. That's pretty much all it took. Oh, I actually never spoken to Sinistra? What the hell? Why do they call it Sinistra? One of the darkness? Why did you put up with that from Leandra? Rivers that are all bark don't bite. Leandra entered shooting her mouth off and you shouldn't get on her bad side. But Rustroot mellows her out. Nemeton don't seem very popular. So what? The Nemeton's spear in the ground if you mention the remnants. Okay, for the training. What would you like to learn? Okay, so she just teaches us dagger stuff.
Huh?
Okay. Got some restaurants interested. Before I get over then, I have to head over to the arena right now. What's that to do with restaurants? Helps most people relax and become more sociable. Different effect on me. I get aggressive, stronger, and less sensitive to pain. It's like a dream. That sounds unhealthy, especially for everyone else. I see it as a gift that leaves me glory. So do you have any or not? What's happening in the arena? Battles, of course. Here, that's 50. Okay. So, Leandra is fighting Ada, is that the case? So, maybe Leandra wins with the Rust. Is that how it works here? No, Sinistra will fight Ada, okay. So, who does Leandra fight actually? I don't know. Okay. Wait, what happens if I put train with me? Oh, okay. I think it's sword and board training. Karima. You burned it? Karima rematch? Okay. A rematch? I'll be at training grounds, then we can fight. Oh, really? Okay, we can actually rematch her. I think he's gonna fight us, right? No, he just grunts forever. Okay. Doesn't seem as hostile as he was before. That's interesting. What's happening? He's supposed to fight me or something? Okay, what is she hoping for? I don't think it matters, right? What? No, chill, dude.
Huh?
Put an iron.
Huh?
Initial face Ada, okay. Let's talk to Karima. Okay, I don't think the rematch does anything other than just give us extra training or whatever. Take care of stuff. Frag and Friggin or whatever. Anyone here? No. I'm also you know, kind of surprised this game doesn't have its own version of Barrelmancy.
Oh.
'Cause that would be something else.
Hmm.
Hmm?
Yeah, I think the Tegan quest we did like mess it up. I think he just can't get hit like at all, so it's actually a difficult quest to do.
Hmm?
That's interesting. I didn't expect the quest to be that difficult.
Hmm?
Hmm?
Hate when.
Hmm?
Same ring, I guess. Raw.
Hmm?
Okay. This trapdoor, by the way, I missed this out like so early on. Like it's in such an obvious location, I didn't see it. God damn. So since Ada is 9, right? Okay, fine. Let's just nap it out.
Hmm.
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 Hmm?
Okay, let's see the match. Oh, okay, sorry. I don't know if Ada like is no longer as strong as before after she got defeated by me. I don't know whether that actually affects the NPC, but let's look. Because Ada is apparently the strongest here, right? Because she's undefeated and all that. But we whooped her ass, so I'm sorry I didn't get that thing on video for you guys. I was just like casually playing and I got carried away. Decided, I know what, I'll do the arena just off stream. And I went ahead with it, and it was just super fun though. I had so much crazy fun. Yeah, it's kind of where it gets nuts. Because they all like to do this shadow running spell thing. Can you guys follow the real one? I actually never knew watching this arena match would be fun in the game, but kind of is. The way I defeated the NPCs that use shadow spells is when they cast their spells, you know obviously who the real one is. So if you manage to mark them with poison or bleed and follow that marking, especially poison, because for me poison I can only trigger with my dagger, so I poison the real one. Then I just have to follow that, and doesn't matter where they go, the poison or bleed mark stays on them. So that's kind of cool, and I just use that. And I think Ada will still win this fight, though we'll see if anything changes. Because it just seems like an obvious bet to bet on the undefeated Ada, you know. She's arena champion and all that. Yep, she wins. Yep, see that? So whenever Ada is fighting, it seems like you can always make money from this, you know? You can bet again. So if I bet again, the goal multiplies. Oh, I see. Okay.
Ah.
Okay, cool. Well, we established that. And we have defeated the strongest battles in the game. I wonder what else is left. Is there any achievements that we can do while we are in this stage right now? Help every person at George Farm. Who have I not helped at George Farm? Huh. That's interesting. Mm, mhm. Okay. I think I do gotta go to the farm and just talk to those farmers who
Hmm?
I probably don't really see that often, you know? I think that's where the trick is. Um, yeah, like there are people working in these farm inside the farm locations. Maybe I should have a word with them. They're all asleep now. A lot of rust moss here. Can't reach that. Okay, there we go. So can we just like pick up the rust moss and sell it back to her? Seems like we can actually. Let's sleep under 7. Cool. Okay.
Hmm?
Stalk around and see if anything changes. Miron is there. Let's talk to this guy. Throw on your sorrows. Give him a beer. Sure, here you go. No. I don't know whether giving him that many beers does anything to him.
Hmm?
Talk to this guy. Maybe the quest just goes away after some time. Not like after the act. That'd be my guess. How is he taking this many beers and just being absolutely fine? He's a freaking tank, man. That's crazy.
Hmm.
Alright. Is there any other... I'm glad they're using this place now. Just that nothing else is happening here. Okay, I couldn't really find anything else. I'm just gonna quick save this at... actually 7 is before the fight, right? And so I'll do 9 here. And let me load back at when I first got into Nemagen. And I want to go and see whether I can actually go and check if I can just do the achievement in the farm. Because this is still early in the game, so I might be able to get that quest. Actually not even sure what act this is. Can you give me a lift to the farm? There we go. Just ask around, see what else is pending. Alright. Okay, give him beer. Cool. Thank you. So he just gives me a cosmetic. How about this guy?
Hmm?
Hmm?
I think once you belong to Nemeton, he doesn't really bother.
Oh.
Wait, so 1 is 10. So that's 300. So what happens if I trade 300 for that and then sell it back to her. One is 10 again. Yeah, one is still 10, right? And now she doesn't have it anymore. Okay, that's hilarious. So the price is the same. You can't really make profit out of that. That'll be hilarious if I could, right?
Huh?
I don't know, maybe I can. Everything all right? Who's Fleur? So that's Raya. I think I know where Fleur is, and I can go and try to see whether that helps. See, how strong am I at this point in the game? I don't think I'm very strong, am I? I just joined the Nemeton. Yeah, I know where the body is. I just gotta get there. Body is north of this. North of the Harpies. I think that's him, right? The name Fleur. Okay. Now if I go back and talk to her and see whether she says anything differently.
How?
No,
Huh?
can't seem to do anything about that. So I guess the game just doesn't allow me to complete Woodcutter's the quest here once you've joined a faction. So that kind of sucks, man. Definitely can't help Gra. That's gone well past this. I think we're already in Act 2, so the Act 1 stuff won't work. Who is, where is my journal? Okay. Oh. Okay. So there's this guy called Pewell or something. And apparently he's there before Act 4. But we can't get to him after Act 4. So what is Act 4 specifically? When does it start exactly? Right. I think the Red Tower is Act 4. So if I go to here, am I already in Act 4? Yes, I am. So let's go to maybe here. So this is already still Act 4. How about this one? It's already Act 4 also, I think, right? Let me try and look for this guy. So there's this guy called Powell or whatever. This guy. So let's see whether he's still there. Well, if he's not, that's a thing. But if he is, maybe we'll get a chance to complete his quest. So his location is exactly south of the Remnants camp. That's his location. Not here. Further up. I think it's here. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's still here. There we go. There's the dude. I had to do it. I had to play my part. Okay. We cannot control everything or determine everything, but we can feel what someone does to us, what something does to us, and that's what we do. We make mistakes, we learn even from bad things, things we cannot undo, but we cannot allow them to break us. Believe in you. For a better future. Okay, he's gonna give us something? Wow, dude, I would not have figured that out. Okay. Where are you going to go? He just smiles? So what is this? Only those who think critically and analytically will appreciate this mask's value? Okay, wow, that's interesting. I didn't think that. Okay, so it's just a cosmetic, but I mean, sure, at least it's something, right? Something interesting, for sure. So we joined Nemeton. We can't join the Remnants, which means we got to replay the game to join Remnants, and then maybe we can do the fights a little differently. With Katsa pass you by letting Katsa pass you with more than 100 silver ore prospecting in the pit. Oh, I see. So we should have mined a lot more silver and then just pass by her. So let's see. How much of silver do we have? We have 17. Is there a point in the game where I have 100 silver? No, I have 231 lumps of silver. So maybe there's a way for me to do this. I think I can go and break the silver down. And then go to in and out of the mines maybe. Right? Because we just need the achievement. So we need to have 200 silver with us when we want to do this. So I think that's the important thing. Okay. So all just for achievements, guys. It's all just for achievements. Okay, so can we break the silver down back into ore? No, we can't. We can't break the silver back into ore. Okay. Then is there a point in the game where I have a more silver ore? You know what I mean? I don't think it's here. I definitely don't think I have enough silver at this point, right? So we need like 200 silver ore. There we go. So let's go to maybe try this one. No, we definitely don't. Because we made it a point to always empty our pockets, which is why we don't have that much silver ore.
Hmm?
Okay. That's one way to do it. I don't know whether if we even go back inside the mining location, we can even get that much you know, silver ore, unless there's a vendor near the silver mining location, right? Who
Hmm?
has that much silver ore? That could also be interesting. I think if there's a vendor there, we might be able to lose
Hmm?
this much silver ore. Mm. I'm sure the crafting vendors might have some silver. That was also another possibility. I don't need this. Never mind. Just holding a stick, whatever. Doesn't really matter, does it? So we have a good amount of silver. We just need 200. It's actually a lot of silver to get the achievement of leaving the location and paying off 100 silver. So I think the last time what I did, I was actually trying to be smart about it. I crafted away my silver ore so that I don't lose it when I leave the silver mining location. It turns out that, that's an achievement for it. So it's just too bad, right? Just my wonderful luck. That's what it is. This way. So at this point in the game, I already have the black armor. Yeah, I already have the legendary armor. Okay. I think the spider cave has a good amount of silver. That could be a place I can go to just to get, like to mine it out, get the achievement. But if I can just find one person in this camp who sells a large amount of silver, then that would be sufficient.
Huh. Oh.
Are you busy though? Okay, we definitely took whatever was in there. So that dude ain't got anything. What's the time here? It's like late, but not that late. I think behind this person there's more silver there, right? But they don't go to sleep, do they? Irmina. Let's just try till midnight. So Irmina is still there. I guess it's we're not getting past her that easily unless we fight our way. Let's talk to Lothar.
Hmm?
Oh, really? Whatever, dude. I got what I wanted. Okay, he kept it back. Nice. He just gave up. Let's talk to Harvey and Jennifer.
Hmm?
Okay. What's happening? Nothing. Can I just say anything besides nothing? Yes, now we're on my way. Finally. Yeah, whatever. Okay. What do you got? Is that it? Is that it? There's a lot of room back there. Oh, wow, she just ignores that? That's interesting. I think because I didn't loot her or something? No, I did loot her. What the hell was that about then? Maybe it's just an unkillable NPC or something? Yeah, but it gave us enough time to loot what we wanted. So we got what we wanted. Alright, let's see. How much of stuff is that? Not enough actually, not anywhere near enough. That's crazy. I mean, we got some diamonds. That's nice. But diamonds aren't forever. Maybe we do gotta go in and try it out. And it turns out these rocks don't really have anything hidden behind them.
Hmm?
I swear I was curious about it the entire time. So... Can I? Okay, I can't. What? Really? But can I get past you? No, so once we join the Nemeton, because these people are still remnants, right? Then she doesn't give me the option anymore. So that's just too bad. I guess that's also gone. I'll find whatever. Then we'll just load. I don't know, where were we? Maybe here. Interact with every unique animal in Drova. So there's an animal we didn't talk to? Really? What kind of animal didn't we talk to? Sheep or something? Let's see. Okay. Okay, there is a sheep apparently in Nemeton. A black sheep that I didn't interact with, maybe? I think I did see a bunch of sheep. Maybe I did miss out interacting with it. I think I can still interact with it even in the final save version of the game, right? Yeah, even in this one. Yeah, I should be able to. So, like for example, we can't do anything about these chickens, right? These are not interactable. This dog is whatever. We've already pet this dog before. We did that pretty early on. That bird is not interactable. So it said every unique animal. Send me to Nemeton. I have a feeling it's one of those farm animals in Nemeton because I'm pretty sure there's some of those that I just walked right past and didn't bother interacting with. Because I think here they had quite a few unique livestock. These birds, I don't think I can do anything about them, right? There was a parrot in the pit, which I definitely have interacted with. This is a very cool quest, the whole medallion thing. Super, super cool. Right, I see. So there's a sheep here. Okay. It's not this. So I'm guessing it has to be the black sheep. There's the black sheep, I remember. Can't interact with this. Where are you, black sheep? Rats. No, rats don't really matter, do they? There we go. The ram chews happily on some grass. Hey there, who might you be? Examine the ram. It reads Oscar. Okay. So you're Oscar the ram? Okay. It's a very strange looking ram. Maybe I talked to this guy, Humbert. Maybe he knows a bit more. Good time. Were you able to have some fun for yourself? How could this happen? All my blueberries have been stolen. Oh, I see. Alright. I could lend you a hand. Okay. I know who stole it. Okay. But what do you think? Does it look like a pig pen to you? The riffraff Angus legend. I'll take care of it. Okay, I think I know who it is. Is the sheep, right? Okay, let me go back and talk to it again. Yeah. Okay. Wait, can I get out of this? I can't. Yeah. Okay. There we go. So there's footprints. That's hilarious. Oh, so that's how you get in here, huh? Right, it's footprints that leads us straight to this little thing here. Okay, sheep droppings. Okay, so we know it's a sheep. Yeah, so this is gonna lead us to this little dude, right? Haha, that's interesting. A little side quest. Damn, there's so many hidden quests in this game. It's crazy. Yeah, so it's gonna lead us straight to our friend here, Oscar. Yep. Okay, so it is you, Oscar. Fine. I gotta go and report this. This is unacceptable. A sheep. Of all things. I'm a god, and I'm doing quests for this guy with his sheep. Crazy. Okay, let's see. Trample except for blueberries. Near the garden I found blue droppings, blue sheep, blue, okay, puke. To the peculiar ram, okay. The ram had different horns, white face, blue mole. Oscar, the damn critter, okay. Right, I think the case has been solved. What about my reward? Very valuable hawthorn. Okay, that's nice. Okay, potions brewing. Goods. Okay, cool. So that's not the unique animal. So what else could it be? Alright, I'm gonna call this an episode and I will be back. But I just have some mysteries to solve and some side questing. But it's been an amazing game. I think